Happy Tuesday and happy September. I have not made a video in a couple of weeks time and I wanted to just pop on and have a bit of a catch up, explain what's been going on, where have I been, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna pick my camera up and have a little bit of a catch up. So this isn't really like any specific video, it's just me having a little chat and explaining what's been going on. So throughout August I did really well in terms of my health and my fitness. I was tracking every day, I had my 30-minute move goal, and just overall I think it was a really fantastic month to just kickstart my weight loss journey again and just get me back into a good routine, and I really did very well with it. Towards the sort of like last week of August, I actually became sick. I had some kind of like bug or virus or something. I had like cold sores, and yeah, I just felt very fatigued, very tired, and just like had a bit of a temperature, just felt really groggy and just not very good at all. So over sort of like the last week I didn't really get in much exercise, and I haven't even really looked at my sort of Apple log. I know pretty much every day was on or near about like 30 minutes activity, and just overall as a whole I'm super happy with how August went. It definitely got me back into the routine of eating more nutritiously, tracking my calories again, and just being just a little bit more on the ball. And I think more than anything, I know like my weight loss was pretty low. I've not even checked like my overall sort of like weight loss for August, but overall my headspace in terms of like now to where it was at the beginning, or sort of like, let's say, I don't know, like beginning of August time, when I sort of restarted my weight loss journey, is so much better. Like I'm definitely on more of like just my whole approach has changed, I think, and I really want this like more than anything. I really want it, and it's really unfortunate that I got sick, but you know, during that time I definitely put the effort in and I was doing my best basically. And I think it was a bit of a difficult thing to sort of have all this enthusiasm and really want to do it, but yeah, I was unwell and sort of like unable. Like one day I remember like I was just so fatigued, even like blinking just felt like too much of an effort. So yeah, it really did kick me up the arse, this virus, but I'm really pleased to say now it's gone, it's away, thankfully. And not only that, I mean, Flossie was very unwell and I had all of this stuff going on with her. And I know Jim has been very honest and open in a couple of the videos that I did throughout August, and said that, you know, how he was struggling and he really has not been very well. And I don't want to share too much about what he's been going through, because although he wouldn't mind because he is very open and honest, it's just not my place to sort of sit and discuss in detail about things like that. But it has taken up a lot of my time in terms of like what I've wanted to dedicate my attention and my needs to. So I mean, yeah, so without going into too much detail, it has taken up some of my sort of like attention, or quite a lot of it. And like I keep referring back to, like, I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's really hard not to detail things and want to be sort of open and honest and sort of share this journey, because I think we all, you know, a lot of the time when we're in relationships, or, you know, we've got children, or we've got very sort of like time restrictive jobs and things like that, it is really hard to then go, okay, I'm gonna lose weight. When you're in a position like myself, where it's not just as simple as count my calories and things like that, you know, I've been very honest with the fact that I've got a very distorted relationship with food, and there's historical mental pathways that I'm trying to readjust. I've got bad habits that I'm trying to relearn, and it's just not quite as simple. So I think a lot of the time people will look in and say, oh, you're just making an excuse, but they're not excuses, it's life. That it's as pure and simple as that. I mean, some people are very fortunate that they don't have much that sort of like takes away from their own personal needs, and they can live their life however they want, and it's still very difficult. But I don't think they have these other surrounding aspects that sort of eat into your time or make it a little bit more tricky. So yeah, we've been sort of like working through some stuff, and I mean, he's still going through a lot, and it's going to be a journey. And recently we had some answers to some of the stuff, which is great, and it's sort of moving forward, but it doesn't help with the here and now, like the day-to-day kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's been that's been my main focus really over these last couple of weeks, is just being a support and just making sure that his needs are being met, because, you know, I think that for me, I want to be there for him when he needs me, and it's just not being very appropriate to like pick up the camera and you know, start vlogging or whatever. And I don't think I've had a couple of days where my anxiety has been quite bad, and I just as much as I've kind of wanted to carry on sharing, it just wasn't right for my headspace or his or anything like that. So yeah, so it's been quite tricky, like juggling having, you know, an illness and then all these other things going on. But weight loss definitely has been at the forefront of my mind throughout all of this, and I don't think I over these last 2 weeks have been as sort of on the ball as I was the first sort of 3 weeks of August. But it's definitely still there, especially over these last couple of days. I've been making really great sort of like food choices, and yeah, just at the moment I'm not really full on tracking, and I'm definitely going to get back into that over these next couple of days. But just with everything that was going on, it kind of just took a bit of a backseat. So I did weigh in last Monday. I was helping Jim with some work that he had done, he needed to get done. He had a delivery, and initially we was going to be stopping over because it was way up in Scotland, so it was a very long drive, and we were gonna camp over somewhere to sort of like split up the journey. But we actually decided to come back, do it in one round trip on the Sunday. So I was actually back from my weigh-in on Monday morning, and I did, last week I lost a pound. Let me just grab up my weight log because I have no idea, I can't remember. So the 29th of August I weighed in at 15 stone. 15 stone 3 pounds, which was a loss from the previous week. That's not going to focus in. There we go. 15 stone 3 pounds, and it was a loss from the previous week of 15 stone 4 pounds, which was really good, I think, considering it was like the first week of being sick and I'd not really worked out much. I was really happy with that. Now, this week, I'm not sure why, but I just really didn't feel in the right headspace to weigh in on Monday, and I'm not sure where that came from. I think part of me was like, I've gained, and I kind of just wanted to hide from that fact, maybe, just because there was so much other stuff going on and I was dealing with it quite well. I kind of didn't need that sort of like scale reading to make me feel like I'm failing and to discourage all of the sort of progress I've made throughout August. I just made the decision to not weigh in on Monday, and just that was going to be the best thing for this week. So I don't know what my weight is from Monday, but I will weigh in this Monday and then just going forward to take it from there. And I haven't really sort of sat down and thought about what I'm going to do throughout September. I'm definitely going to stick to sort of like counting my calories and working out as much as possible. But I haven't, I mean, August was like a really awesome, dedicated thing. And I do think I work much better when I have like a routine and sort of boundaries. But I'm kind of liking the fact that I am making really good choices, even though I don't have very strict boundaries to abide by. But I know myself, and I know that if I give myself an inch, I will take a mile. So I am gonna start sort of counting all of my calories as of tomorrow, and hopefully pick up the working out this week as well, and just go forward from there and sort of deal with all of these external things that are happening, and just do my best to navigate it. And over sort of like probably the last week, my weight has been really getting me down, and I like to be as honest as possible on here and just tell it how it is and just be as real as possible. But yeah, it's really been getting to me. I'm just so unhappy with the weight that I currently am, just because I feel like it's holding me back so much, and there's so many reasons why I want to lose this weight, and I just know that when I get there, I am going to feel much better. Not in the sense of like I'm skinny so I'm happy. I just don't think a weight brings happiness, but the feeling of waking up and having more energy and being able to work out for longer and not be as fatigued. And I actually purchased a pull-up bar, and Jim and Joe have been absolutely loving it. They're actually pretty good at doing pull-ups. I can't even do one at this moment in time. I just like sort of hang there, or I'll jump up and then try and lower myself down as slowly as possible. But yeah, just things like that. I just really want to feel very fit and strong, and I want to feel very healthy, and I want to feel like I've got a lot of energy. And when I get sick, I don't want it to knock me on my ass as much as it has done over the last couple of weeks. And I just know for my overall mental well-being that it's so important to me to have the body that I know is going to make me feel as fantastic as just the lifestyle that I'm leading. So yeah, it's been really getting me down, but it's also been really fueling the push I've needed to, you know, think about other aspects like my nutrition a little bit more. And I just know from past sort of like attempts, or, you know, I just need to sort of like work on my diet a little bit better in terms of getting that ratio of my proteins and my carbohydrates and my fats a little bit more adjusted to how my body most benefits it going in. But I've just been incredibly lazy when it comes to sort of like my food over these last couple of weeks, and I think it's just because I haven't had much energy and there's been lots going on. I've just not had the focus or the time or the mental energy that I've needed to dedicating to put together a very well balanced meal. I'm sorry that this light has gone a bit crazy. It's what is the time at the moment? It is now 22:07, so the sun is a lot lower in the sky than when we started, but never mind. Yes, so I'm hoping, my sort of goal for September is that I can sort of get into a routine of being more balanced, and I'm hoping that by the end of September I have a little bit more control over my macros, and they're like I said, they're a bit more balanced in terms of like I'm having more proteins and healthy fats and less carbohydrates and things like that. Not completely carb free. I mean, I've read so much research articles from very reputable sources to suggest that sort of with lipedema, the more ketogenic way of eating is more beneficial, and I understand the science behind it and I understand why they're saying that, but just for my overall happiness, I need to have carbs in my life. I just can't, I cannot not have them. I've come to that realization, and I've kind of stopped fighting it. I'm gonna try and sort this light out a bit because that's bugging me. Is that better? Yeah, so I've stopped trying to fight that now, because I think I just got to be real. You know, I love food. That's why, one of the reasons I'm in the situation I am. And I think I'd be a very, very sad and grumpy and horrible person to all the people in my lives if I completely cut carbohydrates out. And I do believe that I can exist a very happy, healthy life with them. So I just need to get that right. I have started to look at sort of like some more gluten-free alternatives to some of the things that I love, and ways to replace things, kind of going back into that very low refined carbs, which I think I did a really great job of throughout August. I do think I did a very good job of that. Just towards the end, a few things started to slip back in here and there. So I just need to get back into the rhythm with that. But I certainly have, over the last few days, been making some really, really good choices. I haven't been posting them on my Instagram, which is annoying. And I always think, I bet people think that when I don't post my food, I'm eating very terrible. And it's not the case. It's really not the case. It's just that I'm either very tired and I've plated it up and I can't be bothered putting it in a presentable manner that I want to photograph, or, you know, that kind of thing. Because I do suffer a lot of the time with kind of feeling like, what the hell am I doing? I'm not interesting enough or cool enough or have enough talent or anything like that to deserve a space on these platforms, whether it be YouTube or Instagram or whatever. And I look at all these other people doing so fantastically well and just making such amazing, healthy, lovely meals, and I guess it's a little bit of imposter syndrome of being like, nobody cares. So why are you bothering? And I've noticed a pattern occurring where I'll be really on it for a couple of weeks and I'll just think, well, I'm doing it for me ultimately. It doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks, really. But then there'll come a point and I'll just be so hard on myself and just think, nobody cares what you're having for your dinner. Nobody cares what you think or you feel, and it's really, really silly. And I know I'm not saying it to get any like compliments or to stroke my ego or anything like that. It's just, that's the reason that sometimes I'll be very, very active, and then I'll be like, oh no, and then I'll be like, oh no, don't be so silly. And yeah, I need to get out of that headspace. I just don't know, I don't know how to approach that, you know. I don't think I've shared a ton about like my past and my upbringing and things like that, but I did really struggle like in social environments like school, and I was bullied, and you know, very, very, very self-conscious and very, very, very socially anxious. And I think it might come across as a bit stupid because I'm obviously outgoing enough to sit and talk to a camera and upload it and, you know, subject myself to public opinion. But there are definitely times where I will just go back into that headspace. I think trauma, you know, it definitely has a lasting impression on the soul, and this journey is not just about losing weight, it's also about working on my self-esteem and trying to just, you know, put them negative thought patterns to rest once and for all. But the more I work on myself and the more I work on my health, it's getting better and better. And I do feel like one day I am gonna get there. It's just a longer journey. It's just not like this thing where I can click my fingers and wake up with sort of like the fitness that I want. It's something that's going to require a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, but it's going to be so worth it once I get there. Floss is interrupting. But yeah, that's I just wanted to come on and just have a bit of a catch up and let everybody know that I am still very, 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 very passionate about this journey, and I am still very passionate about sharing it. It's just this is me, and I suppose, you know, I do get some very, well, extremely kind, loving, thoughtful comments from you all, and they really, 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 really mean the world, because I suppose in them times when I am feeling a little bit like, what the hell am I doing? I shouldn't be doing this. Who do I think I am? It does really sort of like remind me that I do have a voice, and if I feel like I want to share it, because I do really enjoy this sort of like aspect of my life, and it really helps, you know, it's a distraction, and I guess it's kind of like a form of therapy in a way. And yeah, it does really help. So thanks to everybody that is there for me. I love you very much. But yeah, I don't know what capacity I'm going to be filming throughout September. My weigh-ins are still on a Monday, and I do intend to weigh in this Monday, and sort of like I'll probably have my shit together a little bit more going forward from there. But Floss has a new ramp that she's using, that gimbal, and she's been a very good girl. Floss is going in for her operation in a couple of weeks' time, and yeah, but she's feeling much better, like me, which is good. And yeah, I suppose we'll just see what September has to bring. As always, you know, I just really wish that like I could just click my fingers and it just all happened, because I'm so impatient, and my camera turned off. I'm so impatient and I just want it all to happen right now. I suppose we all do, but it's not. It's going to be a process, and it's going to be much more meaningful and much more sort of impactful on my life going forward for you know, it taking the time it's taken. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Work's going really great at the moment. I've been doing some really fun work projects over the last couple of weeks, and you know, that's going from strength to strength, and I'm really enjoying sort of like my work right now, which is good. And yeah, in terms of my fitness, I'm gonna try and get myself back into the routine of going to the gym, back on the bike rides, because I absolutely love them. And hopefully before the season is out, me and Jim can get into the mountains again, because obviously long-term viewers will know how much I absolutely adore hiking and just getting out into the nature and sort of climbing some very big hills. So I'm hoping to do that soon. And I mentioned a couple of videos ago that I've kind of always wanted to try boxing. So I think throughout September I'm gonna give it a go. There's a ladies boxing gym close to where I live, so I'm gonna sort of give them a ring and get all the details on that, and just try out some new sort of sports and see how I get on. But yeah, I'm hoping to film as much as possible, but I'm not committing to anything. I think that's important. The only thing that I'm committing to is just taking every day as it comes and being as healthy and doing as much as possible in that day to ensure that I am progressing and I am feeling good about it. When I go to bed at night, I can say, yeah, I did the best I could today to ensure that I'm going in the right direction. And that's it really. So yeah, if I was gonna say, if you're on a weight loss journey, please let me know how you're getting on in the comments, but just let me know anyway, because I really like to make sort of like a relationship and get to know who's watching and, you know, check in with you. I hope you all had a fantastic August, and although it's a little bit late, happy September, and we are gonna smash it. We really are. Just let's keep on keeping on. That's all we can do. So thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and if you haven't done so already, I would really super appreciate if you would hit subscribe, and I'll send you all the happy vibes. And until next time's video, stay happy, healthy and well. I love you all so much. Bye.